All right. Uh, hello. Tonight I'm gonna be sharing a few of my thoughts on this PG, this PG rated era that the WWE is officially moved into since last year. And so there are quite a few mixed reviews as far as this latest PG, as far as this latest rating change is concerned. You know what I'm saying? And of course there are a lot, there are people, particularly parents, who are happy, actually, of course, happy about it, because of the fact that they've toned down, they've lowered, the nudity and stuff like that, which I'm all for. I'm glad they're cutting that stuff out. And of course, there's also big backlash, because of the fact a lot of those guys that are 25 and up and stuff like that, people within that age group, just upset about it. What I'm saying, because they're cutting out the profanity and and things like that. And as a matter of fact, there was a video. I had to post this as a response. There was a video by RKOK89. That's another guy. I want to give a shout out to another one of my fellow subscribers. Who did said it's sex in wrestling necessary, and his answer was of course not. And I agree. I totally agree. My thing is as far as watching, I just watch. I like to see a good rivalry. That's my big thing. Rivalries. And stuff like that. Just suspense. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I just want to see a really good match. I'm saying? I just need to see something that that will almost keep me on the edge of my seat. Something that's that I won't lose so much focus on. And as far as the outside things are concerned, with the PG era, having to be more suitable, for kids and stuff like that. Like for me, I definitely have no problem with that. That's as far as the Attitude Era. When I look back, as I'm older, getting ready to be 21, go figure. But as far as the Attitude Era, the only cool things I liked about it were Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, as well as the new the other different talent that was coming along, with Chris Jericho coming in, what I'm saying, with Triple H, as far as not so much as far as DX, but particularly guys like Austin and The Rock, who I believe really generally made up that era. Of course Undertaker's been around for all eras. Whether it's the golden era of the early to mid '90s. Back when Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were going at it. The Attitude Era, from Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and even today, in this PG era, a guy like that is still going strong. But anyway, as far as the nudity, the women and being half naked, I'm glad WWE's cutting that stuff out. I'm definitely glad that WWE's cutting that part out. Constant profanity. Saying, first when I was like 8, if not like 10 years old, first I thought that, almost thought some of that stuff was pretty cool because I really didn't know no better. But now as I've gotten older, I can't really, if I look back, I can't even hardly watch some of the Attitude Era stuff. And everybody's going around talking about, how great the Attitude Era, how edgy it was, and all this different type of stuff. But at the same time, no era is perfect. Attitude Era, still had its own issues. And see, I believe the main reason why, main reason why, why WWF, had gone so edgy and so extreme and over the top, and stuff like that. Because of course society's still going crazy, but at that time, the most popular things going on, especially reality TV, whether it's The Real World, stuff like Jerry Springer, Howard Stern, Maury, all this different type of stuff. That was the main, the main product on television. The main stuff, that everybody was talking about. So, of course, in order for the company to keep up, in order for them to keep up, with this fan base and stuff like that, Vince had to push the envelope, and not only that, but one of the biggest, if not the primary factor, was because of the fact that that WCW was going over the top themselves, because of the fact WCW had Vince's bigger stars, from the WWF days, like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Roddy Piper, at the end of '97, Bret Hart eventually, and on top of that, WCW already had Sting, they had DDP, Lex Luger, who of course came from WWF, but had Sting, DDP, Flair, all those guys, along with the Benoits, Guerreros, people like Jericho, guys like that. So if you mix all those components in there, along with the NWO and just WWF alumni period, at that time WWF didn't even stand a chance. So of course look, those are big reasons why big reasons why they were losing in the ratings war, getting the butt kicked for 86 weeks straight or something, and so because of that, because of that, because that type of stuff, because controversy just sells so much, and plus the company was losing money. Vince had to push the envelope. He had to push the envelope. Just become even more extreme. Even more raw. Even more hardcore. With the rise of guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mick Foley, The Rock, Triple H. DX as a whole. Period. Anyway. So at the time, at the time it was really innovative and stuff like that. But looking at it now, it's like, it's not quite the same. Even Shawn Michaels himself even said it on the Heartbreak and Triumph DVD. He said he would have loved to do that type of stuff. Again, like years ago. But of course, everyone knows ever since then. Shawn's had his life changed around. So now he's more about a family man. And so since WWE is more becoming more of a family oriented product, since it's more of a family oriented product, he said that he does not want to be he does not want to be on there when they do that type of stuff. Because he even said that his own kids don't watch the show, and he does not want to be caught up in in one of those situations. Just by chance, just by chance, if kids happen to turn on the show and they see him, acting, acting the same way he was, acting the same way he was like in 1997, and of course for those, I'm sure, who've seen the recent reuniting of DX, and see how they toned down their image, and they toned down their gimmick. So of course there's no way in the world Shawn would still do go as far as he used to go, back when DX first started. And so so in that sense, I'm definitely a fan of the PG era because of the fact that they're toning down, at least they're cutting down on all that other crazy, wild and raunchy stuff like that. So that's just my view on it. So if you have a comment, feel free to hit me up. No profanity, by the way.